live again. I hope this time it will be better. I am going to close Discord because Discord is a dead fish on my computer. And by dead fish, oh no, audio died because I like stopped the stream. So imagine like the stream itself stopped and then just restarted. Okay, I'm going to kill Discord. Discord can die. And yeah, if you send me anything through Discord, I won't see it anymore. Um, why did 5 people just show up? Did 5 people just show up? Well, that's good. I have fewer people. Okay, so I'm going to add the problem. Wait, now it says for me 0 viewers. So don't ask me, but yeah, that's what it looks like for me. So yeah, it also says 0 viewers on my screen. So I'm sort of concerned, but I hope that people actually still exist. If they are, then I have moderation by, let's see, Streamlabs, Twitch, and Nightbot. So, like, the fact that there are 3 people who all have, there's 3 platforms all doing the same thing of muting and banning them, they won't die because it's not just one. So, I hope they're not, and even if they are, I trust the platform I'm using. Okay, so I had the problem. Let's transition. And okay, so it nuke launcher, not spam prevention. I turned off spam prevention. This is like swearing and stuff, I guess, if you know what I mean. Okay, now it's just wait. Can you guys see my screen? Like I am half concerned. Okay, you can see my screen because for me, if I was showing you what I'm seeing, I can't actually see the screen. So, like, you can see the Miro screen, right? So if I write something like, if I write like hi, you guys can know it doesn't appear on the board. Is a horrible ISL question. Wait, you see some weird globe background instead of, okay, that makes sense. You see a globe background. Let's see. I don't know. I don't know how to fix my stream. Some of the problem gets cut off. Yeah, that's not from me. That's actually from okay. How do I? Okay, so now you should be able to see the actual thing. The problem gets cut off because it's just so fat. Like, I can't do anything. It's just too fat, in a sense. Okay, so if I was to fix the problem, let me write a quick remedy. It should say, the first line should say if PQR equals 0, and the rest of this should say otherwise. So I've been warned that this is probably a horrible problem. And I don't doubt if it's a horrible problem that we won't be able to solve it, or I won't be able to solve it, because we have actual people who know math in the chat. They can probably solve it. But okay, so what's my first instinct? Well, I'm going to guess that we should probably, like, there can't be too many functions. Oh yeah, homework is good. But yeah, there probably can't be too many functions. The reason for this is, how do I have the energy for this? Well, I mean, it's not like I need energy, right? I just bash, and if the bash doesn't work, I just die. It's okay. There's always tomorrow. But anyways, my first impressions, no, I have not eaten dinner. My first impressions is to try to consider a modification, but I do not know what functions actually work. So I want to try PQR, and PQR might actually work. And if it works, that means the problem's a meme. Oh no, PQR does not work, but something of the form PQR, because clearly the PQR, right? The fact that it says PQR equals 0, this clause itself is going to tell me that we have to do something with multiplication. So I don't actually know how to proceed. So I guess the smart thing would be to... Okay, that's very interesting. Let's see what happens if I try to play a song. Do you guys hear anything? Because I clearly don't. Okay, according to Streamlabs, it's not playing. So, yeah, great. I pressed play. I pressed pause and play. Oh, I can hear it now. Uh, okay. So we will play that later once we're done with this problem if we finish. But I'm going to guess the idea is it's somewhat of the form PQR, because if it's not of this form, then like we're inherently screwed. Yes, this is a live solve. I've actually seen this problem once, but I never solved it because it was just scary. Yeah. So we're going to look for a function that's very similar to PQR. So if I evaluate this function when I plug in PQR, what do I get? P plus 1, Q minus 1, R. Why does this sound sketchy? So if I multiply those two out, so it's PQR plus 2 P plus Q plus R. Is this even right? Keep in mind I have no idea what I'm doing. No, plus P plus Q plus R. I'm getting that if you plug in P plus Q plus R, you're going to get this function. Does this sound right? Like, I sure hope it sounds right, but yeah, I think this sounds right. Okay, so what does this mean? So we want to try a function that's very similar, but I don't understand how to properly encode the 0 function, because if you have 1, 0, how do you make sure that if, like, say R is 0, everything else follows? So that's basically what I'm wondering. And I mean, can we do something weird? Like where we do PQR over a function? So if I tried PQR divided by something, because then this would be 0, right? Yeah, no, the song is not playing anymore because the name of the song is called Ocean Man Voice Crack, and I'm pretty sure you don't want to hear that. Courtesy of Isaac, I'm pretty sure none of us want to blast our ears. But okay, so by the way, for this problem, I'm just going to say that I'm pretty sure I know how to solve the problem after we find the function, because this seems sort of like a maxima problem, right? If you look at a graph, right? Let's say you have a function. So this brings me back memories of like USMO 2000/4, I think, where you have this thing about very convex functions. So you basically show that if you have a very convex function, it's basically going to be constant, because like if it's not, then it just increases too fast. So it's the same thing here. You're going to basically try to show that the function, or f minus whatever solution we find, has to be constant, and if it's a constant, it has to be 0 because we're given a value at which it is 0. So I think this is a common strategy, or not very common, but I think this is a strategy that might work. But we still need to find the function. Do you have any idea on what I can do? Okay, let's just do the blind thing and evaluate this. If I'm gonna wait, so the one thing I can tell you is that no matter the value of P, Q, and R, or which of the 6, so if we look, there are 6 functions, I guess. You can call them 6 chosen functions. The only thing I see invariant about them is their sum. Yeah, So that's what I was saying. So if you do the f minus g, you can probably show that things grow too fast or some random issue, and then you can prove that it's constant, and constant implies 0 in this situation. So let's see. So the something has to be really, we don't want to add messy fractions, so it has to sort of be nice. And we also have to use the fact that there's a plus 1, right? So we need to make this p plus q plus r and the plus 1 term somehow cancel. No, I'm probably not good enough to do an AMC 8 in 6 minutes. No. So, but returning back to the problem, how can we do this? Well, my only instinct would be to set this as something as k times, no, stop smart drawing. We found out yesterday that smart drawing is very dumb. So set this as kp plus q plus r. And now what do you get? Well, we're going to get the same thing. Okay, AMC 8 is at a different level than ISL, you know? Like, doing ISL in 6 minutes or ISL problem is like only something very few people can do, such as like William Wang or Raymond Feng or Luke Robitaille or some of these really, really strong people. Or maybe even Kevin Min. Definitely Kevin Min, actually. But like, doing AMC in short time is hard because computational is hard. Who's Raymond Feng? I heard he was someone who's really strong at math. So, yeah. So, now, if we try this, we're going to get P, Q, R plus, give me a second. Is it even P plus Q plus R, or am I a factor off? Because I might also just be memeing, and yeah, I'm a factor, am I a factor off? This is why I sometimes say, no, I am not a factor off. Okay. So PQR plus PQ plus R over K P plus Q plus R. My plus 1 is going to be equal to PQR over K P plus Q plus R. And wow, how convenient. We get that K equals -1. Okay, -1 can't be right. -1 sounds definitely wrong. Can I life solve? Guys, don't ask me to life solve stupid things that are like above my skill level. Like, if it's below my skill level or at my skill level, like, I can do it. And by the way, this means computational contests are not included because I can't do computational contests. Like, my AMC scores show that. Anyways, so what am I doing? So I'm trying to, what are my AMC scores? Oh wow, it's S Arun. I was not sure that people would actually find this, and it's surprising that people actually find this. Okay, so somehow I'm forced to deal with this, and I'm pretty sure I evaluated something wrong because there's supposed to be a negative sign. Also, it's supposed to be -1/3. See, this is why I can't do the computation out. Because I just checked my work and it's supposed to be this. Am I trolling again? Wait, computational is hard to do. Like, just because you score a good score doesn't mean it's like easy for you, right? You can score a good score and still be like stressed out and like stress eating and everything. Anyways, ignoring my failures at doing computation, like, it's less computational contest, more like just the computation part of the computational contest. But anyways, we get that if we want this to work out, K equals 1/3. And now after this, we can use a very classical trick of f minus this function. So consider the function that is given by, so consider the function that's given by like f minus 3xyz over x plus y plus z. And what can this give me? Well, we're basically given that if we call this function g, then g is equal to this weird thing which is like the average. So it's like, I'm just going to write average because I do not want to write that entire thing out. G is equal to average. And this is actually a very well-known thing. So let me rephrase it. Let me give it to you this way, right? So let's say you had this function that's, how do I put it? Well, like consider the function that's given by, or consider the set of numbers like a1 equals an plus a2 by 2, a2 equals a1 plus a3 by 2, and so on, right? And you basically, each number is the average of the two numbers next to it. Okay, bye Isaac. But each number is the average of the two numbers next to it, and this basically tells me that all of them are equal. And you can see this by adding up, but yeah, you can see this by adding up. So similar things should happen because this is in 3 dimensions. What is my real name? I'll post in the chat after I'm done with this. Mainly because I'm on my iPad and I do not have my keyboard next to me. Amol Shiva. Okay, close enough. Basically, like, it's probably going to be a similar idea, right? So we're going to want to yes, Raymond Fang is very strong. I agree. So basically it's the same idea as this, if I'm not mistaken. But, okay. It looks like it's going to behave the exact same way. So if I set this as, if we assume that there's a local maximum somewhere, right, we can get a contradiction. So basically, I'm going to actually probably draw this out, although my drawing skills suck. So let's consider the 3D plane. Let's turn on smart drawing for this and see if it can actually be smart. This is the last chance I'm giving smart drawing. If it doesn't work, then that's it. Okay, so here we go. Okay. And there we go. It's close enough to a 3D plane. And Amol Shiva. No, that's not my real name, by the way. So the XYZ plane. And now we're going to consider some random plane, such that the sum of x, y, and z is constant. So it's going to be an equilateral triangle plane. And this is K, that's also K, that's K. And why am I mentioning this place? Yes, we'll play a real song as soon as I'm done with this because I'm fairly sure that this works. Okay, so basically the idea is assume that on this plane there's a maximum, and clearly we can do that because t, or whatever this thing is, mathcal t, is on the positive integers. So the set of t such that they sum to some number is going to be finite. So you can assume that if the function is not constant, which we obviously want the function to be constant because at, let's say, this endpoint or this endpoint or this endpoint, we're going to basically, can you even see that color? No? Okay, so at this endpoint or this endpoint or this endpoint, right? If you look at them, all the 3 endpoints have a value of 0. 0 and 0. So, wait, no, this is not actually trying to do geometry. This is just to visualize, because if you think about it, T is just the 3D plane, or one portion if we just disregard all the stuff behind us. Okay, so now what was I saying? So yeah, basically each point here is a neighbor of its is an average of its six neighbors. So if we try to project into a 2D thing, right? And I consider a point, whoa, smart drawing is really nice. And I consider that point is going to be the average of the regular hexagon around it, if you think about it like this. So it's going to be the average. But basically, since this is a local maximum, it can't be the average. Yeah, smart draw helps with circles. It also apparently helps with triangles. But it really doesn't help when you're trying to write 5. 5. Oh wow, it didn't delete it, so that's progress. Um, but yeah, basically, if you look at this, right? Now, why is this going to be a contradiction? Because if this is a local max, and you assume that, then you get everything in this hexagon is going to be equal to it. And then you get everything outside this hexagon, right? If you can keep tiling this with hexagons. 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 Okay, these are not even hexagons at this point. Just like hexagon. But you can tile the entire thing with hexagons and you get everything is constant. So pretending that all those figures I drew were hexagons, we basically finished the problem. If I'm not like trolling, which it's possible that I could be because we're not supposed to really be doing yeah, we're not supposed to be doing geometry because it's A. But I also find that geometry is very helpful to visualize. So yeah, I guess this is it, if that makes sense. Like, does any part of this sound sketchy? Because I feel like some part probably is sketchy. Alright, so I'm going to check if someone redeemed something because I did not get a notification, but I'm just going to reload the page in case. And other than that, let's hear Ocean Man voice crack because Isaac requested it. Yeah, the stream is ending soon because I think I finished the problem. I'll put the mirror board in the chat. Give me a second. Let me copy the link. What do I call this board? Does anyone have an idea? How about we call it 2001 Isl A4? And I'll be sharing this with everyone because, yeah, viewing the mirror board is good. I will also probably write this up on AOPS and put it there, but other than that, I don't see what else to do. Also, I have a comp sci class very soon. So, yeah. A4? Oh god, this is A1. I clearly know what I'm talking about. Also, if you didn't like the problem selection, you can blame Marabot because Marabot chose it for me. So hopefully next time we'll have better problems and like things don't suck this much, but I cannot guarantee you anything. Okay. Oh, it also looks like I forgot to record this, so haha. Shh. We pretend this is recorded, but yeah, I completely forgot to record this because I'm a bot.